Hi everybody and welcome to Just Saying. It is April 28th, 2014. I'm Kim and I am joined here as I am every week by my lovely, vivacious, sometimes mischievous co-host Mary. Hi Mary.
Hello there, Kim.
There she is.
It's going to be a totally weird show tonight. I'm doing this via telephone, so I don't get to see you.
Yeah, I know. It's all kinds of weird tonight.
This is totally crazy. For some reason, our Skype is not cooperating. Yours and mine. At least my video portion of it isn't. So, we've done shows on location. We've done them in blizzards and hailstorms and everything else, and now we get to do it via telephone.
Well, that way we cover all gamuts.
That's right. Hey, I haven't done it from a golf course yet.
That could be next. You never know.
Maybe it's because I don't golf. Who knows? Anyway, how are you?
I'm lovely.
Yeah.
It's been very warm here.
This is going to be fun. I can't hear you, so I'm just going to have to mind meld with you tonight. How's that?
I said it's been very warm here.
Oh, yeah? Well, our temperatures have gone up. Last week they teased us with 80-some degrees. This week it's in the 60s. But you know what? It's a heck of a lot better than snow and 20-some degrees outside.
Yeah, it's been in the mid to upper 80s for the last few days.
Mm-hmm. Lucky you. Actually, you know what happens? The same thing happens out here on the East Coast every year. We have all these, weird snowstorms. Well, actually, we haven't had that many snowstorms. However, we get really cold, and all of a sudden, like the week before Easter, it gets like put the lawn chair out front with the bucket of chicken type thing, and all of the tulips and daffodils and hyacinths that are just starting to bloom for one weekend, and then they keel over because it got so hot too soon. And we went through that again this year too. I mean, that's why I run out as soon as I see them. I'll take pictures so that I can remember they really were in bloom out there and looked great. So, what's going on at Metaluna Boutique and Spoons these days?
Well, we've got the crazy kitty crew going on right now.
Yeah.
They've learned to escape the box completely. Today, one figured out how to get out of the room she was in and was all over the place, screaming.
Well, she will, and they start to scatter, and as I told you before, she'll have different little calls for each of them. And there's always a straggler. And I always get the image of, Alvin, and here comes the running.
Well, I haven't heard her call them, but I've heard them scream when they get separated.
Yeah, it's cute. It almost makes me want to go and start breeding kittens again. And then I think, no, I better not. Rick would definitely kill me for sure.
Hey, I can ship you an overnight box.
Listen, I don't want that extra motorcycle in the house. You know the 2-to-1 ratio, and I'm hoovering at 2 motorcycles and 5 cats. If I go into that 6th one, the Harley's going to be pulling into the garage. So no, I know when to call it quits.
Okay, so I'll send it to Vinny.
Yeah, really.
If it's
so you hear the clock ticking over here?
No.
It's a virtual clock. It's ticking. It's getting closer to May 9th.
I know.
Grandbaby time.
I know.
Well, the exciting part is she last night when Jen went into work. That's my daughter-in-law. She's due to have a baby, as everybody knows who follows us. That was her last night of working. So now it's like, come on, Gabriel. I'm really getting excited. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, it seems like all my friends are having the grandbabies right now. My friend Chris, they're in the middle of trying not to have babies. One of her daughter-in-laws is pregnant with twins.
Right.
And
Swampy in the chat room his daughter's due to have a baby like any second also. I believe she's having a little girl. So I don't know, Gabriel's going to have a lot to choose from, you know?
Yeah, he is.
We've got Chloe.
Well, Chloe is the older woman.
Yes, yes. But, you know, sometimes guys need the older woman to keep them, you know, in line. So you never know. You never know. So anyway, we have a really good show planned tonight. Something different for us. And it's kind of neat that we're going to be talking about the upcoming topic. So I'm going to let you do the intro.
Oh, Lord. Our guest this evening is a practicing herbologist. She makes herbal remedies, spell oils, teas, all kinds of craziness, all available in Metaluna Boutique and Stones.com. And we actually have had her at a couple of the Paracons, and she visited me today. Our guest this evening is Mrs. Ruth Coffey. Hi, Ruth.
Hello.
Hi, Ruth. Welcome to the show.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was thinking earlier, let's see, how long, it seems like it was a long time ago, but it was only like 6 months ago that we met when I came out to Texas.
That's right. We met in Marshall.
Yeah. And it's sad to say I really don't know what you look like because you were dressed up like a zombie biker.
Yeah, it was a Halloween thing. I really, today, I'm glad that I don't have Skype because it's really all day.
Well, I'm kind of missing this Skype, so. See,
I don't have Skype.
You have it. You just messed it up.
Well, that's true, I suppose. I tried to download it and it didn't want to work, and my computer gone crazy, but then that's difficult to me either. I just give you a pop-up though, because I've got the website pulled up, and I see my face here.
Well, I just think Skype is being persnickety tonight, that's all.
Well, we still got a lot of bad storms coming through here, and there's pretty bad weather between us and you, I think.
Yeah, I heard a friend of mine's in the chat room, Lori. She goes by Ducky. She's in the chat room, and she's in Kentucky, and she was posting earlier on Facebook before I go on the show here the line of storms that are coming through. I think that things are going to be, unfortunately, a little wicked this summer, if it's any indication of how the winter was here on the East Coast. So, yeah, I think preparation is in order, I think, all over the place. I mean, we're over here outside of Philadelphia, we get like tropical type storm situations. So I don't think we're off the hook in the storm season.
Oh, I know we're not. Our tornado season really just gearing up good. And I have some relatives down in Mississippi, and they were posting earlier that they got hit pretty hard, and they're still getting hit right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully it'll just go back up to where it came from and won't disturb anybody because, I saw some of those pictures on Facebook from Arkansas and stuff, and those people really got hit. So anyway, we brought you on the show to talk about herbs.
Okay.
And one of the questions that I want to ask you, and I'll just give you a mini history of me, is, I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm also involved with animal rescue and animal communication, that sort of thing. But the animal communications kind of came later because it was the ghosty stuff that got me involved and met people along the way, like Kim. And Kim probably has the same story. Yeah, and Kim probably has the same story. You know, who'd have thought she'd end up having a shop selling your products, selling a bunch of other stuff, and that all started through the ghosty stuff too. So, what prompted you to get involved with herbs?
Kind of. I have several medical issues that require several medications, and without insurance, they're just astronomical, and there's not a thing you can do about it. And right now, I have insurance, which is great, but that's the main thing. And I thought, you know, it all went back to herbs in the beginning, and we need to get back to that direction. Plus, I got thinking that, just like Hurricane Katrina and stuff, should we have a severe natural disaster, you can't just walk down to the drugstore and get your medications anymore. You're going to have to find a way to deal with it. And so I think that's what it's done.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, lately on Facebook, and you know, if it's on Facebook, it has to be true.
Yeah, you know it is.
The thing that they have there is, you know, people are always posting something. Today I reposted something about apple cider vinegar, only because one of my bosses told me about it. He has gallbladder issues, and he should really have his gallbladder out, but he's too chicken. So his doctor told him to drink cider vinegar and apple juice together, and it's supposed to help the gallbladder, clean it out, you know, try and help dissolve stones or help pass them, you know, break down the extra fats that are sitting in there that causes these things. So when I saw somebody post about the organic apple cider vinegar and all the things that it does, I reposted it because I've heard it from a doctor standpoint. Have you heard anything about that?
Oh yes, it's a proven fact that vinegar can do so many good things to the body. People think, you know, it's only a preservative, you know, like canning or something like that. But no, in fact, and I know for a fact because I used to do it, you could mix apple cider vinegar and honey, and it helps your arthritis.
Really?
Yeah.
Unless you're a diabetic. Unless you're a diabetic, then the honey doesn't work.
Well, that's true. I'm a diabetic, and that's the reason I should quit doing it, because honey just sends my sugar skyrocket.
Right. Yeah, you know, there's so many things in the household that I don't think people really fully understand that it's so helpful. I know, you know, because Kim told you that I was having severe knee issues, and it was affecting my hip. I mean, my knee was messed up, so I was walking funny. Next thing you know, I mean, I felt like I got hit by a truck. And Kim sent me this stuff. It's called chronic pain.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I rub it on my knee at night to go to sleep, and without this, I would not be sleeping. It has an unusual smell, not an offensive smell. It's actually, it's kind of relaxing, to be honest with you. And the one thing that I love about this, and everybody's going to laugh, is I was using those like icy hot patches to put on my knee, and I was attracting one of my cats. She was like in love with my kneecap, because they I don't know if you know this or not, the cats love the smell of like mentholatum, the menthol things.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of my best friends is a vet, and she says if they have an unruly cat, sometimes they take a little dab of Bengay and just put it on their paw, and the smell of that Bengay attracts their attention, so they're not paying attention to what the veterinarian or the vet techs are doing to the cat.
Oh, now that's really interesting. Used to have an old female Rottweiler that was just loved this tree. Wonder if it's the same thing.
Who knows? Who knows? But you know, when I was using these before I started using your oil, I'd come home from work because, you know, you put it on before you go to bed, the patch, and you get up the next day, you take it off, you toss it in the trash can. My trash would be all over the floor. So thanks to your oil, I don't have to come home and clean up my trash.
Sure does. So,
Right.
That actually is a formula that I had been playing around with. I do have formulas that were proven formulas that I reviewed, and then there are some that I formulate myself, and that's one of them. And I got started doing that mainly because my husband was having problems with his feet hurting him. And so I got that started for him, and it worked real good. And I've tried it on a couple other people, and so far it's really effective.
Well, when you're coming up with this stuff, okay, now for example, doing something for chronic pain, that's a no-brainer, okay? I mean, we're all getting old, there's a lot of us out there, so it would make sense to come along and come up with that type of product. But where do you come up with some of the other stuff? Is it that people come to you, like I know I went to Kim because I didn't get really good blood results back with my diabetes, and asked her if there was something that you could do, and I think I found you on Facebook also. Is that how you come up with these things?
I do a lot of research. I'm always looking for new ideas and stuff. And like I said, some of the recipes that I have used are some that people have passed on, and I use those, and sometimes I improve on them. But mainly it's like you, when you say you have a particular problem, then I can go and sit down and I say, okay, then my main issue is going to be my main oil or my main herb, and I will select different herbs in that category and kind of blend them in the shape of a triangle, I guess you'd say, because you got your top layer, your middle layer, and your bottom layer. And you just kind of trial and error, really, but you're staying within that little triangle, so you're going to get results sometimes. It's just a question of whether you need to tweak it a little bit or not. So I use my family and friends for things.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, Kim will tell you.
Today our experiment was with dandelion weeds that had no juice inside them.
Well, I couldn't hear the part. Did you say dandelion?
Yes.
And what else?
They had no juice in them. We needed the juice out of them, and for some reason, I can't find a dandelion one within a mile of here, and she brought me a bunch, and they were all empty. They were all dry inside.
I should have come over here. I can't find my grass for the dandelions.
Well, it's really weird this year that we haven't had any of the little ones, and there's really more than one. There's more than one type of dandelion, and the ones that we've got right now, I don't know if it's weather, are the tall, skinny ones, and they don't have any sap.
Nope.
Hey, Ruth, could you mute the player there on the video player?
Yeah, I accidentally turned it on. I tried to get it turned off.
Didn't I warn you about that?
You what?
Didn't I warn you about that?
Yes, I was trying to do something else and I accidentally clicked on it. I am sorry.
I know. I'm like listening to this interview and I'm like, that sounds pretty good. Wait a minute, that's us.
Well, Mary, just so you know, apparently the sleep tea that Ruth makes also attracts cats, according to another customer. She had bought the sleep tea and took it home. She bought it and took it home and put it on the couch. And when she went to get the bag, the cat already had it all over the living room.
Oh my. Well, speaking of dandelions, and I had mentioned I had them outside, do you do all natural things for, like, gardening? My husband was trying to tell me today that, if I mixed Clorox and I forget what the heck else, it was like 3 household things, I could go outside and spray the dandelions. And I'm like, we have like 4,000 dandelions out there. If you think I'm going to go out and squirt, and then he says, but it'll also kill the grass too. Now, why would I want to go out and with a concoction that's going to even kill the grass? So, do you come up with things like that?
I'm just kind of getting into that area. I haven't really got into the gardening part. I've been making soap, lotions, and recently I've been finding recipes for the homemade OxyClean, homemade Neosporin, homemade Febreze, and so I'm trying to branch off out in that area too, and we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, because
So
we have her household cleaner in the shop now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you're using anything and what's your favorite product of hers.
Mine is her toothache tea.
Her what?
I like the household cleaner.
Mine is her toothache tea.
Yes.
Well, I like her chronic pain oils in there.
We have a lot of good luck with the sinus tea as well. Did you get the burdock tea to see if it helps you with your blood sugar?
Not
I
yet.
haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm placing a big order with her, and she's going to put it in there when I get it all done.
The burdock tea should help you help lower it.
Mm-hmm.
But now that's one thing about the herb stuff is that there can be some interaction with prescription medicines and things, and you really need to talk to your doctor before starting an herbal preparation and make sure that it's not going to have a reaction. My personal physician talks to me about it a lot. However, I will tell you, I was told yesterday that my sister-in-law's kidney doctor said that herbs were illegal drugs because they're not regulated by the FDA.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, and this is a doctor, and yes, she doesn't believe in them. But when you stop and think about it, modern medicine came from herbs. And in our country, here, it started with the Native Americans. But actually, the first written record on herbs is over 5,000 years ago. And people back in as far as the 2nd century BC were starting to write these things down because they watched the animals, what they did, because the actions they did. So they tried it and things like that. But it's not regulated by the FDA is true. And, medicine's not an exact science anyway. So it's personal choice to me, but still, you really should check with the doctor to see if there's a fair reaction with any of your medications that you touch.
Well, now, according to, I had asked Kim about a lot of the things that you do and where you get a lot of these, you do a lot of research and stuff, but you follow a lot of the Native American ways.
I'm sorry, I lost y'all there for a minute. Did you ask anything important?
Yeah, I asked if you would make my next mortgage payment, and you answered yes.
Oh, I see. Well,
That's what you get.
maybe we can all live together.
Yeah, really. No, what I was asking is, what I was mentioning is, Kim and I, we kind of get together before shows and, discuss our upcoming guests. And one of the things that she mentioned to me is that a lot of the things that you do is through, using some of the things that Native Americans have used.
Right. I prefer that chastity because of my own heritage. I try to go back in that direction. Of course, the Native Americans have always fascinated me. But, I just can't understand some of these foreigners. So it makes it a little easier. But you can find recipes just about anywhere. But the Native Americans knew it, and they lived it. So, I really, truly trust that direction.
And no federal government was brought into their medicine either.
Exactly. We
won't go there how the federal government was brought in with the Native Americans, but, at least they didn't touch their herbs.
Well, it's true, but, we took their medicine and exploited it and synthesized it and everything, and we're actually putting so many toxins in our body with the medications that we take now.
Yeah.
And personally, I would love to get off all of 14 of that I take.
Yeah, same here. That's one of the reasons why I came to you about getting something that could help with my blood sugar. Because, I get very nervous when the doctor says, here's a new pill and I want you to try it. Yeah, how many 8 million other people have tried this before me? I want to know the 20-year study on this thing. And, I'm actually, I printed out a list of everything that I take and the things that I know I can get off of and not use anymore, because this is chemical stuff that you're putting in your body day in and day out. Now, I didn't put this out on Facebook. I'm not one, I'll put a lot of animal things out there, and of course you'll see, family pictures and things. It's very, very rare, and I can probably count on 2 fingers in the last 5 years that I put anything out there about any of my physical problems. My closest friends know that I have issues. But the past 2 months, I have been feeling horrible. But it's been getting gradual every day. And Kim will tell you, because I'll type over, you're not going to believe this, but now I got this, right? And it was so bad. Huh?
I can understand that, because I hear that every time I go to the doctor.
Yeah. So, I've been getting invites to do paranormal events and, get involved with other people's events and things, and I've been turning things down left and right. 2 reasons. One, I'm going to be a grandma, and the other thing is I was starting to really feel like I was dying and didn't think I'd be around long enough to attend these events. That's sad. And it was so bad for me, it had built up and built up. Last Thursday, I spent 6 hours in the ER. Now, there's only about 3 people that know about it. Now everybody listening that knows about it. I thought I was dying. I had more pains, this way, that way. I couldn't even raise my arm, and even holding a pen was bad. And they ran every test that they could find. You got the, first he says, your ribs are cracked. Then you have this, you have that. I went through CAT scans, ultrasounds, x-rays, another CAT scan where they shoot the dye in me, and they couldn't find a thing. Turns out, I'm looking up, I never look up side effects to pills, okay? Never do that, because, I'm one of these people, if I say, you're going to have blurred vision, or you're going to have a pain in your elbow, I'll get it, only because I read I could have it. And everything that I've been experiencing over the last couple months that have been gradually getting worse were all listed as common side effects. Now,
Right.
when I got the CAT scan done on Thursday, because they used the dye, they told me I couldn't take this diabetic pill for 4 days because it would counteract, I guess, whatever. I got up yesterday. I felt like I was 18 again. No lie. I was like on speed, cleaning, cooking, doing all gardening, and I did the same thing today. And it occurred to me, I'll bet you it was that pill. Now I have a follow-up doctor appointment, but I'm going to tell him I'm not going to take it anymore because I was like ready to give up. That's why I came to you about the tea. So, natural remedies, they're from the earth, and I can't believe that they would do, harm. I guess if you're mixing, the wrong thing, obviously it could hurt you, but I'm with you on trying to get off the medication.
Oh, yes. I mean, I have, a lot of issues, too. I mean, as far as pain and feeling bad and everything, I'm right there with you. I know exactly how you feel. And this issue that with the fibromyalgia, it got to where I couldn't hardly stand smooth, and I have a high pain tolerance. So we're dealing with that now, but I'm trying to take a little herbal stuff with it, and so to see if I can get off some medication. And,
Yeah.
But it's like, medicine to my diabetes. I take 3 different pills, and well, let's see. No, I take 2 different pills, and one of them, if I didn't have insurance, is $250 a bottle, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Kim, how do you get by? You don't, I don't even think you take Tylenol.
Nope.
She's too mean to get sick.
Yeah. Everybody around her's like half dead, right? She's, just still there, being good. Thank God.
No, the only.
What to do with her.
She's so ornery. Even the germs don't want to go near her.
Exactly.
That could be true. Of course, she may be smelling all those herbs and oils in her shop.
Yes, who knows what she's doing? Oh, let me try a little bit of this Ruth stuff.
I will have you know I never ever open any of it unless I'm going to use it.
So Kim, I'm going to throw a question out to you. In your shop, what is your #1 selling product of Ruth? I think I know the answer, but I just want to see if I'm all knowing.
Well, it depends on who it is. Overall, it is her oils.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes in spurts, because she has the salves, and for the longest time I didn't sell a single one, and then what, Ruth, in 1 week, 1.5 weeks, I sold almost every one I had?
Oh yeah, and the healing salve, you would think would get as the bigger seller, but it wasn't. It was the deep pain and RA salve.
Yeah. Well,
Now, do you make stuff for burns?
that's the healing salve that we were thinking would go quicker.
The healing salve that I make is a recipe of my own, and honestly, I haven't found anything that it won't help. I burned myself really bad last summer when I was canning, and I put it on there, and it just even turned red. It formed a blister. It gets sore. We put it on sunburn. I've seen it clear up poison ivy in about a day and a half, and it's phenomenal.
It also cleaned up that purple thing on Eric's leg.
Yes, it did. We never did figure out exactly what that was.
Nope.
Hey, as long as it's gone.
Yeah, and he still has his legs, too.
Right? Well, and what we're forgetting to mention is Ruth also now has a line of pet medication, pet oils.
Oh yes, I've been making some arthritis oil for pets, used on cats or dogs, and there are some stomach issues. You know, if they have a stomach ache or just an upset stomach or something, there's oil that you can rub on their stomach that helps them, like the nausea that our oil that I make for humans, it kind of works the same way. And I can make, I don't have it out there yet, but I can make herbal shampoos and things for the dogs, the cats. I can make, if you really get down good, I've got recipes to make dog treats. Only they don't last a long time, you know, because they're fresh and everything like that. But,
Well, I want to. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, I just say we can get about anything going. You know, somebody gives me an idea, a direction, I usually take off on it.
Sun oil.
You can tell you, give me an idea, and I'll just go nuts.
Yeah, well,
Getting back to, you said you have some things for like animals when they have like arthritis. How do you know what works, but with animals, how do you keep things in mind that, animals are going to lick themselves? And you want to make sure that what you're using isn't going to make them sick.
Most animals contain also. The only thing is there are a couple of things you have to watch with cats. You cannot give certain things to cats. Again, I can't tell you what they are. But for the most part, anything in a human can take an animal. It's just a matter of the dosage according to size and things like that. So the arthritis oil pretty much contains, it's pretty close to the same thing that it's made for adults.
Okay. Yeah, because, I had a friend of mine whose dog had arthritis. I mean, the pills were more expensive than anything I've ever purchased for myself. I think the prescriptions were a couple $100.
My vet's really very good, but my dog is taking the same pain medication that my rheumatologist has me on, and it doesn't really help her any more than it does me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's not an expensive medicine. As far as vet related, Renadil is the best for pets. It's not really expensive. But this oil is not really bad. I have one friend, Marissa, that has some older labs, and she has one that is so hurt and really getting so crippled with arthritis, especially in the back legs, the hip. And I've had her try it on her dog, and she seems a little bit of improvement.
Interesting. So I want to hear about these tea bags, Ken, that you couldn't keep on the shelf.
Oh, the stress tea.
Is that what they were?
Yes. Well, every time I say someone came in and asked about if you could do something, she always brings it in. So we've got like ulcer and stress and sleep and flu, and we've got tea for everything. But I have this one girl who's, I actually think she's taking it home and smoking it, because she went through a package of tea, which is 6 tea bags, in 24 hours, came back and bought 2 more with her friends. When you're only supposed to drink like one cup a day, she's like gone through 18.
That's funny.
No, she's a character.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, huh?
Oh, it does. But you can make a tea for just about anything. But the last couple of days, it's, springtime and everything, so I've gathered rose petals and things to make cough syrup. And I do have some I can legally put on the shelf down here.
Yeah, the samples were illegal to sell.
Well, I want to get back to the pet thing because, I'm really into the animals. In the wintertime, my cats get a lot of dander because they like to lay up against the heat registers. Do you have anything to help with the dry skin that they can actually swallow? Because giving them a bath is not an option in the wintertime. And I'm not sure if there's something we could rub on them.
Actually, you can put baking soda, just sprinkle a little bit, and put it on there, and then kind of brush it out, and that helps take the dander out. Then you can take lavender and mix it with a little bit of water and spray it on and rub it in, and that's also very calming. And camel would feel as well. If there's a particular thing, I'll look it up and try to see if I should have something in the animal part of it, but I'll look and see if I can find something other than that.
Yeah, she's always concocting something new. We got all kinds of craziness going on in that shop. We've got little travel packs that she put together with the shampoo and lotion and bath gels and all kinds of stuff.
Well, her stuff is good, and I've used the I got the eye stuff. That works really well, especially after you've done all-nighter investigating. But I have to tell you one other thing about your chronic pain oil, and you may or may not know about this, but well, you're not going to know about the incident. I got involved with holding a tire iron. Don't ask. With my husband with a sledgehammer. Don't ask. And he's not the best at aiming when he's banging on a tire iron. And Saturday afternoon, he got this sledgehammer, and he was trying to loosen the lug bolts off of, or lug nuts, whatever you call them, off of my wheel to get to my brakes. And I had my car in for inspection, and of course the auto people, they have those you hear them putting those lug bolts on, and the human person can't get them off without that same equipment they're using. So he grabs the tire iron, and he says, "Come here, hold this," right? And he starts whacking it with the sledgehammer. Well, the sledgehammer creams my thumb on my right hand, going in, and it hit the joint where it goes into your hand, okay? Of course, it blew up. I got a little bit of a cut on it, no big deal, but I couldn't even bend it. I came in and I rubbed your chronic pain stuff on it. When I got up the next day, it was like nothing ever happened. And it wasn't even black and blue.
Cool.
I know. So I just wanted to put that out there.
I like finding new ways that things work, and I like knowing that what I make does work, because that's the name of the game. It's not just about me. It's about helping other people that are in the same boat. Mm-hmm. And we kind of all got to stick together.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, well, Kim.
Yes.
Yes. I'm looking at the time.
Quiet.
I know. She's trying to stay out of trouble, which is very rare.
Yes.
Hey, no ganging up.
Physical meeting.
I wish I lived closer. But we're plotting. I'm going to get myself out there, and I'm going to time it around the time she has one of those meetings so I could go.
Great.
Because they sound like a good time. Yeah, exactly. Because we were supposed to investigate together that night, but you didn't come. Something occurred, and you weren't able to make it that night.
I ended up having an issue with my back that night, and I had gone home to take care of my dogs, but I had ended up hurting my back lifting 50 pounds back of dog food, so I kind of had to call it a night.
Yeah, well, you're not off the hook yet. We'll get to investigate, I promise.
Oh,
I heard you finally got one of my books.
Yes, I did, and I keep waiting for more to come out.
I'm about halfway through. It takes time because I want to get well-rounded in the stories and areas. I'm concentrating a lot on paranormal investigating with pets, with your dogs. Kim and I, we were kicking around an idea, and it looks like on her end it's going to take off for collars for dogs, with using different stones and things. So, there's a lot coming up, and I promise I am working on it. So anyway,
next time I see you, I will have to sit down and talk to you about some of the stories I have with some of my pets. And right now I've got this little munchkin thing that's actually a reincarnation of my old female Rottweiler.
It's not unusual. They decide when they want to come back, and we'll walk in, and that's for sure. So it's just funny because you're expecting another big one to come back, and you're the little tiny one. Well, we'll hook up on Skype. We'll get your Skype working, and we'll hook up, and we'll talk some animal stories then. Anyway, we have to kind of end things, and I'm going to let Kim give the goodbyes.
Well, it was nice talking to you again.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Miss Ruth, and we will see you probably tomorrow.
Probably.
But if anybody is interested in any of her items, go to metalunaboutique.stones.com. If you do not see it there, send me a message on Facebook, because I'm sure we'll come up with something.
We can do that.
Yeah, she gets on it right away, by the way, because when I asked about the diabetic stuff, it was like 2 days later, Kim's calling me and saying, hey, we got some stuff here for you. So,
yes.
Really appreciate it.
If there's a need, I'm going to check into it and do my very best.
You got it. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm sure you and I will be chatting some more on Facebook, and we'll get reunited on Skype.
All right. Thank you. Enjoy talking.
Thank you, Ruth.
Bye-bye. All right, Kim. You ready?
No.
Kim?
What?
Are you ready?
No.
All right. Neither am I, but what the heck. Kim and I have a announcement to make. Looks like I'm going to be stuck making it because she's going to get quiet on this one. Kim and I are going to be taking a break from Just Saying. For how long, we're not sure. But we do plan to do specials here and there. I've got some things that I have to deal with on my end with the grandbaby coming and the potential move. Kim's got her shop that she's got to put a lot of time into. It's really doing well, and it's a lot of work. So we decided that we are not going to be coming back for a while, but with the events and things that we have planned, and we have a lot of things that we are planning to do together, we'll make sure we get back on the air and talk about them here and there. But I want to say to Kim, I've met a lot of dillweeds. I've dealt with some hot-headed, big-headed, big-mouth people. I think I've hit the bottom of the barrel with a lot of things. But the saving grace and everything that I've done in probably the last 5 years is meeting you, getting to work with you, and not calling you a friend, but calling you my sister. and it's been fun every week doing the show side by side, having our laughs before, after, and during. And you've made the last 5 years spectacular, so thank you.
You're welcome, and now I can't talk.
Well, you know what they say. You gotta go through a lot of crap to get to the flowers and the good stuff, and I think we found it. So we've got Halloween coming up in Hook or Crook. I'm going to get you to the Shanley, and I know you're going to do something to drag me down there to Texas.
Hey, we still got a chance in August to get you to Little Green Men.
That's right. August definitely, because I have Saturdays off in August. So, anyway, we want to thank all of our listeners. You guys have been a great support every week. If it wasn't for you guys out there listening to us, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be coming back, and you guys make it fun. So, thank you.
And we appreciate you all.
Yep. Well, with that, Kim, what do you say?
Bacon and black olive pizza.
That works for me. Everybody have a great night. Stay tuned. 10 o'clock, we have Arwen. She'll be coming on. And please come back every night. There's fantastic shows every night on 10, especially Friday night at 9 p.m. And your guest this week is?
Robbie Lunt and David Roundtree.
All right.
They're coming on as authors, not techie guys this time.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. There's only one thing left to say, and that's good night. Say good night, Kim.
Good night, Gracie.
Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Upper 80s for the last few days.
Mm-hmm. Lucky you. Actually, you know what happens? The same thing happens out here on the East Coast every year. We have all these, weird snowstorms. Well, actually, we haven't had that many snowstorms. However, we get really cold, and all of a sudden, like the week before Easter, it gets like put the lawn chair out front with the bucket of chicken type thing. And all of the tulips and daffodils and hyacinths that are just starting to bloom for one weekend, and then they keel over because it got so hot too soon. And we went through that again this year too. I mean, that's why I run out as soon as I see them. I'll take pictures so that I can remember they really were in bloom out there and looked great. So, what's going on at Metaluna Boutique and Spoons these days?
Well, we've got the crazy kitty crew going on right now.
Yeah.
They've learned to escape the box completely. Today, one figured out how to get out of the room she was in and was all over the place, screaming.
Well, she will, and they start to scatter, and as I told you before, she'll have different little calls for each of them. And there's always a straggler. And I always get the image of, Alvin! And here comes the running.
Well, I haven't heard her call them, but I've heard them scream when they get separated.
Yeah, it's cute. It almost makes me want to go and start breeding kittens again. And then I think, no, I better not. Rick would definitely kill me for sure.
Hey, I can ship you an overnight box.
Listen, I don't want that extra motorcycle in the house. You know the 2-to-1 ratio, and I'm hoovering at 2 motorcycles and 5 cats. If I go into that 600
here, and there's pretty bad weather between us and you, I think.
Yeah, I heard a friend of mine's in the chat room, Lori. She goes by Ducky. She's in the chat room, and she's in Kentucky. And she was posting earlier on Facebook before going on the show here the line of storms that are coming through. I think that things are going to be, unfortunately, a little wicked this summer, if it's any indication of how the winter was here on the East Coast. So, yeah, I think preparation is in order, I think, all over the place. I mean, we're over here outside of Philadelphia, we get like tropical type storm situations. So I don't think we're off the hook in the storm season.
Oh, I know we're not. Our tornado season's really just gearing up good. And I have some relatives down in Mississippi, and they were posting earlier that they got hit pretty hard, and they're still getting hit right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully it'll just go back up to where it came from and won't disturb anybody because, you know, I saw some of those pictures on Facebook from Arkansas and stuff, and those people really got hit. So anyway, we brought you on the show to talk about herbs.
Okay.
And one of the questions that I want to ask you, and I'll just give you a mini history of me, is, you know, I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm also involved with animal rescue and animal communication, that sort of thing. But the animal communications kind of came later because it was the ghosty stuff that got me involved and met people along the way, like Kim. And Kim probably has the same story. Yeah, Kim.
Teas, all kinds of craziness, all available on Metaluna Boutique and Stones.com. And we actually have had her at a couple of the Paracons, and she visited me today. Our guest this evening is Mrs. Ruth Coffey. Hi, Ruth.
Hello.
Hi, Ruth. Welcome to the show.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was thinking earlier, let's see, how long, it seems like it was a long time ago, but it was only like 6 months ago that we met when I came out to Texas.
That's right. We met in Marshall.
Yeah. And it's sad to say I really don't know what you look like because you were dressed up like a zombie biker.
Yeah, it was a Halloween thing. I really, today, I'm glad that I don't have Skype because it's been a long day.
Well, I'm kind of missing this Skype, so. See,
I don't have Skype.
You have it. You just messed it up.
Well, that's true, I suppose. I tried to download it and it didn't want to work because my computer's gone crazy, but then that's difficult to see either. I just see this pop-up though because I've got the website pulled up and I see my face here.
Well, I think that Skype is being persnickety tonight, that's all.
Well, we still got a lot of bad storms coming.
The Harley's going to be pulling into the garage. So, no, I know when to call it quits.
Okay, so I'll send it to Vinny.
Yeah, really.
If it's
so, you hear the clock ticking over here?
No?
It's a virtual clock. It's ticking. It's getting closer to May 9th.
I know.
Grandbaby time.
I know.
Well, the exciting part is she last night when Jen went into work. That's my daughter-in-law. She's due to have a baby, as everybody knows who follows us. That was her last night of working. So now it's like, come on, Gabriel. I'm really getting excited. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, it seems like all my friends are having the babies, grandbabies right now. My friend Chris, they're in the middle of trying not to have babies. Her one of her daughter-in-laws is pregnant with twins.
Right.
And
Swampy in the chat room, his daughter's due to have a baby like any second also. I believe she's having a little girl. So I don't know, Gabriel's going to have a lot to choose from. you know?
Yeah, he
'Cause
is.
we've got Chloe.
Well, Chloe is the older woman.
Yes, yes. But, you know, sometimes guys need the older woman to keep them, you know, in line. So you never know. You never know. So anyway, we have a really good show planned tonight. Something different for us, and it's kind of neat that we're going to be talking about the upcoming topic. So I'm going to let you do the intros.
Oh, Lord. Our guest this evening is a practicing herbologist. She makes herbal remedies, spell oils. Hi everybody, and welcome to Just Saying. It is April 28th, 2014. I'm Kim, and I am joined here, as I am every week, by my lovely, vivacious, sometimes mischievous co-host Mary. Hi Mary.
Hello there, Kim.
There she is.
It's going to be a totally weird show tonight. I'm doing this via telephone, so I don't get to see you.
Yeah, I know. It's all kinds of weird tonight.
This is totally crazy. For some reason, our Skype is not cooperating. Yours and mine. At least my video portion of it isn't. So, you know, we've done shows on location. We've done them in blizzards and hailstorms and everything else, and now we get to do it via telephone.
Well, you know, that way we cover all gamuts.
That's right. Hey, you know, I haven't done it from a golf course yet.
That could be next. You never know.
Maybe it's because I don't golf. Who knows? Anyway, how are you?
I'm lovely.
Yeah.
It's been very warm here.
This is going to be fun. I can't hear you, so I'm just going to have to mind meld with you tonight. How's that?
I said it's been very warm here.
Oh, yeah? Well, our temperatures have gone up. Last week they teased us with 80-some degrees. This week it's in the 60s. But you know what? It's a heck of a lot better than snow and 20-some degrees outside.
Yeah, it's been in the mid to